Civilization Phase 3 is possibly the exclamation point at the end of Zappa's career. It was released posthumously by the Zappa Family Trust.
Which track is it?
Okay, on the second disc, number 6, it's called This Ain't CNN. Yeah, This Ain't CNN, and there's a character named Mike, who's got kind of a New Yorker, kind of tough accent. This ain't the UN, man. And people speaking Italian, German, and I'm going to play a little bit of it so you can get the feel for it. And this is This Ain't CNN.
So, somebody asked him that question earlier. You want to ask him that? I don't know if you can hear me. But he said we did this for the show.
Hey, yo, man!
You want to ask him Falcon? Okay, for so long. He said we did. Hey, yo, my man, my and explaining why he didn't come
Mike says, yo, man, my 50 English. 3 lines later, there's this Frank character who sounds German accent that you think English is the only ... each language in the world.
McLuhan said that the Americans, their sensory bias is kinetic and manipulatory. Kinetic is disruptive and that's why American pop culture is so realistic. The abrupt encounter of industrial man with other objects, and that makes it really ineffectual in relation to the fluid, weird, tactile things. So I see Zappa being an ear guide, at least on the surface, to show the significance of the language going on in the right space. There's the American voicing up the mechanic, voicing up the bias of saying, I did English. When you get into the industrial environment, that, that's the first post-verbal technology. The verbal, you can see, the archetype like the print book in Europe, even though the Americans are using our European print book foundation, definitely has to go industrial, at least ahead of us, will become kinetic. And that's exactly what's being expressed here, the kinetic bias of yes, it fits speak English. They're post-verbal, they're good enough for communication, and it's all taking place in Canada, which is literate visual space. And this might be, this ain't CNN, this ain't the close movie. He's actually trying to get back to the piano, stay to the piano, but and it's like when you play the most Goldberg, the Americans think you Europeans are sophisticated, literary and all that. That's what the Americans always mad about with the book space, the piano. But they're really kinetic, post-book, post-verbal, and they can't disconnect from the European archetype of the visual space. So just the collage, global village, right? Let's see if Zappa, he's wearing global theater, but is it hard to just global village on album, mumbling dialogue? It is more mumbling laughing among themselves. Talk about the muddy weight of the city weight, every week mumbling the radio on all space. So for me, this is the perfect description of the American archetype, stereotype, up against the flow of the global leader, global village around, which make the American
too extravagant, too extravagant, too extravagant,
too extravagant, and he's all paranoid. Now, Moon, let's see if he is the American woman. I don't know, it is dark and I am nervous. Honey, I don't like this. So, yo, man, my sister and you think that he is the only playing in the world. We know that. resentment of all cultures around the world, it easily becomes the dominant medium. And McClure pointed out, it's not due to oligarchic input of the English, you must do the fact that tactile language is the most resonant to the mud. But the people who are English, they're incompetent in relation to the values that resonate with the collective environment.
Yeah, so the American in this situation is trying to fit in, to literally fit into the piano. And the piano
he's falling back. Okay, he's falling back on the visual space, and that's why the industrial kinetic American falls back on the visual space of the Bible, and that's when fundamentalist Christianity becomes the theme of choice for how you become a president, right? So, yeah, they're trying to fit back in the piano, and they don't know that the piano is not relevant anymore.
Right.
So this ain't the UN, this ain't CNN. Look, did Frank write this, or did these kids just make this up?
Okay, hold on. I have a little quote from Frank in that episode. I decided to stuff a pair of U87, those are microphones, into the piano, cover it with heavy drapes, put a sandbag on the sustain pedal, and invite everybody in the vicinity to stick their head inside and ramble incoherently about the various topics I would suggest to them. So Zappa, and you can actually hear Zappa at some point in the vocals of Civilization, where he's giving them suggestions. Like he'll come in over a loudspeaker. Yeah.
So he's prompting them. You see, the clue is what's the word in front of pantomime?
Opera. So it's opera hyphen pantomime.
Perfect, because he's talking about the exaggerated cartoons in the general analog media space, huge media space, and it's all rearview mirror figure. So what's interesting, he's taking acoustic space, because Zappa's a tactile musician. He's showing that he's working with sound beyond literal sound. So he's going to show the mumble, and to call it a mime, that's the way you speak about the fact you're dealing with the post-auditory global theater, tactile global theater. You're dealing with the mush and weirdness of the disconnected intelligence of the global theater, and you work with sound to move beyond sound points, sound conclusions. He's trying to show the proprioceptive interaction. That's why he can show the kinetic space of the American as in the mix here.
So Zappa's commenting on, so he knows he's dying and he's making it, so he's probably commenting on what he thinks music is, or maybe not so much what he thinks it is, but he's opening it, the idea of what music is, cracking open the limits of what people contain it in.
Right, he's actually pointing out that it's not music, as anybody thinks about it. He's exploring tactile digital space. And remember how Civilization Phase 3 ends with the gunshots in the distance.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the coming Civil War and all that stuff, which unfolded. It may not get as operatic as Frank thought and worried about, but it's there, looming. And so the violence he's not, the point is, so in the violence in acoustic space, you know, Croker said, McLuhan said we live empowered by music. Croker added that and said we live in a hologram of music, because music is the only thing that gives people coherency, something to bounce off of, what Ion would call the outer kingdom. But it's not just here, it's a tactile proprioceptive acoustic space. And it's all being imprisoned by an obsolete structure based on visual space, which is the piano.
Right.
And this is what. Thinks that it's a way. You can't elevate yourself when associate.